What is going on, guys? Fitcho here, and today I have the highlights from the first round of the ASR F1 Championship. I know what you're thinking, we had these a few weeks ago, I uploaded them, but some things have happened since. After Australia, which was a pretty glitch-filled race, we went to Bahrain, and that was the most glitch-filled race I have ever participated in. It was absolutely ridiculous, and we had to put an immediate stop to the championship. We had absolutely no choice. It was unplayable, the game, in terms of running a league on it. So we did a few test races, and I think there might be an update or something, and it sorted itself out. So we got started again 2 weeks later with the first round in Australia, and that's what you're watching right now. You're watching my qualifying lap as we go purple in the first sector. As you can see, it's quite tricky conditions, intermediates, and the start of the session was actually full wet. So it's one of those sessions where last across the line is going to get pole position, and the session's only got about 30 seconds left. But back to what I was saying, we had a few test races. We got this race underway 2 weeks after we had that really glitch-filled Bahrain race, and since then we've had Bahrain and China. So the championship is definitely going ahead at this stage, as Vix has just gone purple, and we've also gone purple through that second sector as we lose the back end a little bit coming through those fast left-right turns 11 and 12, got a bit much curb on the right, but the championship is definitely underway now for good. So this is the highlights from round 1, like I said, but now the checkered flag is out as we're really struggling in these very, very tricky conditions. We're about 2 seconds up and we've got 2 corners left here as there's yellow flags on the pit straight. It's something I've noticed in qualifying sessions. If someone retires, the yellow flags will stay out in that section of the track for the entire session. But anyway, we're out of the final corner, accelerating up to the line, up through the gears, into 7th, across the line, and we go P1, but like I said, that is probably not going to last just because of the nature of this session. And there you can see we actually got dropped down to 4th with Vixer taking pole, followed by Formula Dragster, then X Harley 21 and myself. And just behind me is the Renault of Formula Fish, one of my good friends and fellow admin. But now it's time for the Australian Grand Prix, round 1 of the ASR F1 Championship. Let's go. It's race day and the rain has dissipated, and that is music to my ears. I really wanted a dry race for the opening round of the championship, and that's what we have here. And if we have a look at the strategy for today's race, as we qualified on intermediates and it's a dry race, we have free selection of the tyres. So I'm going to be going for the one-stop, starting on the soft tyre and then changing to the medium tyres and trying to go to the end with that strategy. But I think a lot of people are also going to opt for that super soft strategy. So it's going to be quite interesting this race, how it all pans out with the differing strategies. But it's now time for the formation lap, and I'll cut this crap out because it's really, really boring to watch. But it is really good in the actual league race when we have it, because it really builds the tension before the race, because it's a very competitive environment, and it's just great. It works really well in a league race environment. Here we are on the grid. We have 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. As lights out and away we go. The first round of the ASR F1 Championship is underway, and we've got off to a reasonable start, unlike the Manor to our left, as now we're pulling to the outside of Formula Drag, so we back out of that. As it looks like the Manor's just lost a bit of grip and had a bit of a slide through turn 1, as we do exactly the same through turn 2, but we are safely through the first complex of corners, and we even made up a position, which is exactly what we wanted to do. But as you can see, Jordan Gibbs is actually retired from the session, so something must have happened further back in the field, but I don't know what happened there. But like I was saying, as you can see, the guys in front of me and Harley behind me are on the medium tyres, and we're on the soft tyres. So right now, it is imperative for our strategy that we push hard in these opening few laps and make up these positions, get out in front, and try and make the most of this softer compound and make the most of the tyre, push a bit further and try and build a little bit of a gap, because these guys are going to be going a little bit slower than me because they're on the medium tyres, but they're gonna go a bit longer. So we really need to make the most of these tyres while they last and not be stuck behind them in the dirty areas. We're closing up on them a bit through the fast left right, and as you can see, Charlie got out on the grass a bit on the turn in for the right-hander, and that's allowed us to have a run heading down to turn 13. We're on the outside though, so we head in and we'll break a bit late, and we've hit the back of the Williams of Formula Dragster, and as you can see, we've damaged our front wing, and Charlie's got that position back up our insides. We just didn't have the front end grip to hang it around his outside, and we're actually going to continue on for another lap here, as we didn't really know the extent of the damage and how much time it was losing me, because right now, I wanted to push on with this damage and try and stay with these guys and make my strategy work to the best of my ability. But at the end of the next lap, we come into the pits. It just was too much damage. I was losing too much time to the guys in front. I was on the faster compound, but I was losing time due to the front wing damage. So I had to make a pit stop. I'm going to get a new front wing and change it to the medium tyres in a hope that they'll go long enough to get to maybe a safety car period or something like that that will draw us back into this race. Now, as for that collision with Dragster, I think that was just me going too late onto the brake pedal, trying to outbrake Charlie on my inside, and with the full fuel loads in the car in front on a slower compound, I just hit the back of him. It was a stupid mistake, a rookie mistake from myself, and something I shouldn't have done. It's completely fucked up my race. But like I said, we're hoping for a safety car period now. That's what we need to try and get back in it. We're going to try my hardest to get back in this, because I really want that championship. So we're going to try and find a way to make this work and limit the damage. Go for a damage limitation race. That's what it is at this stage. Hopefully we can still scrap away for a handful of points, or even just 1 or 2. That would be ideal. And now onto lap number 4, and ILR Aero has retired from the race. I'm not sure what's happened to him, but now yellow flags are out as we're heading through turns 11 and 12. And now the virtual safety car is out, and there's the stricken Ferrari in the middle of the track there. Thankfully, he ghosted, but I'm guessing he's probably dropped the car on the exit of turns 11 and 12, the fast left-right there. I'm not sure if he got a helping hand or not, but he is out of this race, and that was going to be no points for Ferrari here in Australia. But as you can see, we're actually now in 11th place, so we're no longer last, as Warden is behind us, and he is very, very quick, and he's on a very aggressive strategy. And now onto lap number 6. Like I thought, Warden has reeled us in really, really quickly on those super soft tyres, and you can just see the superior traction he has with those grippier tyres there. He gets a much better exit off turn 10, and he makes the move very easily into that chicane. And I actually broke pretty early for there, as I'm not too sure about where other people brake. I'm used to racing AI with very predictable braking zones, but racing people is very, very different. But we couldn't really put up a fight with him. We have to pick our battles. But now onto lap 11. Warden looks like he's absolutely dive-bombed all-round Cricketer, and they have both made contact and gone around. That's got me up to P7. I'm not going to judge on that incident too much, because I didn't get the best view of it, but it looked a bit like Warden was quite aggressive under the brakes. We're now up into P7 as we go purple through Sector 1. So, it's not all doom and gloom. We could still be on for a decent result and get a few points to go towards that championship bid. But now we're right behind the Sauber of Neon Tridomes. He absolutely clobbers that sausage curb. That is not what you want to do at turn 9. Now we're right back. Yep, lag car, and I've lost my front wing. The race was just starting to turn around for me. I was in a decent position to get some points, a few there that would help for my championship, but no, a lag car. I just can't catch a break at Melbourne. The first round, when we did this, I DNF'd due to a massive lag spike, and now I've lost my front wing on a lag car. This is a real bogey track for me. I just can't catch a break. And that's my race absolutely ruined. I'm just going to push on and hope that some people crash out in front of me or something. I might be able to finish 10th or something and get a singular point, or maybe 9th and get 2 points. But just like that, everything just turns around so quickly. Of course, it's not Neon Tridome's fault or anything. It's just unfortunate incidents. These things happen when you race online sometimes. And it's just cost me big time. It's cost me a fair few points in the championship battle, which is rather disappointing. But as you can see, we've fitted a set of super softs. As you can see, I'm not alone back here. That is Alex of Pumps to the Win 87. Now, from what I understand, he lost his front wing on someone or part of his front wing, came into the pits for a new front wing, and sped into the pit lane and got a drive-through penalty. So now Alex is just in front of us, and he's come out on the soft tyres. We're on the super soft tyres. So we're going to attack him and try and have a little bit of fun and have a bit of a battle here, make this race somewhat memorable. And now onto lap number 13. We're right behind the Renault of Pumps to Win 87. We've got DRS and Rich Rez. We're going to throw it up the inside. He's going to shut the door in our face there. Great defending from Alex, was not giving us any space there and chopped us off beautifully. But now a little bit later, you can see he got a bad exit. We're right behind him, and he parks his Renault in the middle of the track, and we had to actually get out of the throttle there just to avoid him, because there wasn't a gap on the inside, and we weren't going to go right to the outside. He just positioned his car really nicely on the track. But now we have the run up to the fast left, right at 11 and 12. We've got the inside line for 11, but the outside for 12, and there's a little bit of contact, and I have to get out of the throttle there and concede that position. Alex is not making this easy for me one bit. Now to the very next lap on the DRS straight down to turn number 3. We have a massive dive from miles back and make a little bit of contact. It turns me around. I thought I was I got far enough up the inside there to deserve a bit of racing room, but I think from what I'm talking to him, he just didn't see me coming until it was too late there. It was a very aggressive move. And as you can see, he got his tire in the grass there on the braking. He got all out of shape, and now got the run on Alex to his outside as we head up to turn number 9. We're not where we wanted to be for this corner, but he's backed out of it. We turn in, and we've made contact, sending us both into a spin there. Now, watching his footage, he still had his front wing just beside me. I think it was wheel-to-wheel contact, actually, watching his footage, his front on my rear. And I turned into that corner because I thought he had backed out of it. And as you can see, I've let him back through there as I thought I was at fault at the time because I've turned across his nose. But I don't know, it was a tricky one to judge because from my point of view, I couldn't see his car at all, and I was completely relying on those proximity arrows. And as you can see, when they're side by side, there's no arrow, but when they're sort of behind you in that blind spot, there is, and when it goes, the arrow's pointing directly back, they're pretty much not beside you at any point still, and that's what it looked like on my screen. So I thought he had backed out of it. I had out-braked him there. I turned into the corner, but he was still just there. But now, both our races are already ruined, so it hasn't really made any difference whatsoever. And now onto the end of lap number 16, we are right on the gearbox of Alex's Renault. We're about to come onto the pit straight and get the A to DRS. Can we try and make a move up into turn number 1? And Alex had a shocking exit off the final corner, and that's going to make this very easy for us as we breeze past him with DRS, rich revs and everything up into P11, but we've broken a little bit too late. We've run wide at turn 1. This is going to allow Alex to have a run on us. He pulls to our outside, which is going to be the inside for turn number 3, but I have the A to DRS as we go into turn 3. I brake very late as I know I have to run wide and give him space on the inside, and it works an absolute treat, and right around the outside of turn 3 we get the move done on Alex for P11, and Alex has lost it on the curb at the exit of turn 5, and I'm not sure what's happened. He might have got a little bit front wing damage, but that is his challenge over. And now onto the start of lap 19, the same Sauber that lagged in front of us is coming out of the pit lane. We're going to get a nice switchback line through turn 1, the outside of turn 2, and we're going to move ourselves up into P10, a point scoring position. We're up in the points, but it's not going to last as the Sauber is trying to find a way around our outside, but it's not going to last because I think at the end of this lap I'm going to be coming into the pit lane to fit some soft tyres, which is really disappointing because we're desperate for some points. And as you can see, we are now in the pit lane fitting some soft tyres. We're now going to be going to the end. We're down in P12 of 12 runners that remain in this race, but it's not all over. I think we can still fight for some points. We are very quick, and there are some people in this league that aren't the quickest. And now onto the end of lap number 20. Alex is in the pit lane, and that's moved us up into P11, but we are 16 seconds off 10th place and any chance of points, and that was disgraceful cut. Jesus Christ, I don't know why the hell I did that. Must have turned in a little bit too early, but now, starting the penultimate lap, Customs is in the pit lane, and that has moved us up into P10. We're in the point, and if we can catch that Sauber just up the road, we can double our points. As now we come out of the final corner, we're about to start the final lap. We're right on the back of the Sauber of Neon Tree Dome. We've got rich revs, DRS, slipstream. We're pulling to his inside. We're going up the inside, and he's turned in on us, and we've spun. We've spun. Oh no, we've spun as Vixar. Oh, Charlie wins the race, and there goes Customs taking away our final point. And to be honest, it was a half-hearted move from me. For some reason, I just didn't really commit to the move properly, and I've just blown my chances of getting points in this first race. And those 1 or 2 points could be crucial by the end of the championship, and I've just blown it like that. But no! Customs is going slowly, and Treedome, they've both crashed! We're up into 9th place! We're into 9th place! What has happened between the two cars there? The Toro Rosso and the Sauber, I do not know. But we are now into 9th place, and we're going to take home 2 points if we can get this car to the end. Only a handful of corners to go now, about 7 I think. And we round the final corner up to the line. We're going to cross the line for P9, a very hard fought 2 points, which could be crucial in the championship when we come to the tail end, Abu Dhabi and Brazil. But what a race that was. It all kicked off there on that last lap. A half-hearted attempt led to a spin for me, and then the 2 cars in front of me crashed at the exit of turn 5, pushing me up to P9, and Customs ended out in 10th with Treedome falling down to 11th, but Charlie has won the race in his Red Bull. Then it's Formula Dragster, DJR, Team Penske 17, then Harley just off the podium, All-Round Cricketer, Decided Soggy, Formula Fish, and then Warden in 8th place, and myself in 9th, as we go to have a look at some of the incidents. And I got a warning for that collision with Neon Treedome, and he didn't, which is a bit weird, where he lagged in front of me, and I just hit him. It was a real odd collision where he just lagged his lag car, and it kind of ruined my race there. I think I could have been in the top 5 quite easily in that race, but I guess these things happen, especially when you're racing online, and it's just bad luck, you know. Just gotta cop it on the chin and move on to the next race in Bahrain, which I'm hoping to come back really strong for. It's one of my favorite tracks, and I'm really quick around there. I think it's a good chance for me to get on the podium and even get that first race win. We'll have to wait and see next time out in Bahrain, and that will be coming out hopefully next weekend. I'll get that video done, because we already have had that race. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Fitcho, and I'll see you all next time.